Assalamualaikum. Welcome to Ask Junaid, where I ask you to send me whatever questions you might have that you want me to answer based on my experiences. So a lot of people send me questions, and today I'm going to read out only a few to fit in the video. So the first one came out from Farhan Arshad. He says, "Hi, I'm Farhan. I'm living in Saudi Arabia, working in telecom field. I'm getting enough salary as compared to Pakistan, but I'm far from family and I only get to see them annually, which makes me very sad. So I have three options now. A, continue to live in Saudi and continue my current path. B, migrate to another country for better things, that is nationality. Or C, go back and start business in my home country." I truly understand your sentiment, where you're coming from, because I also live away from my family and I know how it feels. But when you say you have another option to migrate to another country, so it's going to be the same thing. You're going to be away from your family for much longer, because when it comes to naturalization and nationality, you tend to visit your home country less often and less frequent. If you can handle that, go for it, because in Saudi you can spend your entire life but you won't have any sort of status. In that case, I would suggest you move somewhere else. Or you said you could go back to Pakistan and start a business. Well, as Jim Rohn said, jobs make you wages, business make you profit. So I would always suggest you do business, because it's always a better option. Rather than working for someone else, it's better to work for your own self. If you have a very good plan, if you have enough funds, I would suggest, despite the fact how things are crazy in Pakistan, I think it still is the best place to do business. So if you have a solid plan, if you have solid backing and funding, and you think you can live without profits for a year or two, because you're not going to make profits right away, I would suggest you go back home and start your own business. That's what I would do if I had a solid plan. The next question comes from Adil Bhavani. He says, "Hi Junaid, hope you're doing fantastic." I hope you are as well, Adil. A little bit about myself. I have a bachelor's degree in computer science from FAST University. After that, I flew to Malaysia to do my master's. Alhamdulillah, I'm done with my degree. Congratulations. Now what I'm looking for is a career in business analysis or some sort of a relevant field, ideally in Dubai. I have a premium account on Bait.com and I have been applying for jobs on LinkedIn as well. I would be happy if you could help me finding a job. I have also attached my resume for your reference. Very smart. Adil, if you have seen my video about how to find jobs in Dubai, in that we clearly mentioned that LinkedIn is a good source of finding jobs, but what most recruiters tend to do is they prefer having people here in Dubai so that they get to meet them and interview them and take things forward. So I would suggest, if you're really looking for a career in Dubai, might as well just fly down here and try your luck. As for Bait.com, I have a friend who works for Bait.com. I'm gonna forward your resume to her and see where things go. But I would suggest you should have a premium account on MonsterGulf.com, because a lot of my friends had premium accounts on that website and it really helped them finding good jobs. So do that. So the next question comes from someone, I'm not going to take his name for reasons. He says, "Hi, so the story goes, there was this girl I used to see. We were both highly attached and attracted towards each other. She was coming from a Sayyid and a Shia family, so her family doesn't marry their children outside the Sayyid families. Also, my family is very strict about the sectarian thing, so I didn't get approval from my family as well. Also, she was 3 years older than me and had already completed her MPhil, while I was still an undergraduate, which made my case even much weaker. Anyway, she got married to this guy who was living abroad in the West, and due to the visa reasons, she had to stay behind. During that time, we used to meet each other quite often, and she would tell me that she somehow would try to contact her husband, but he was always very rude. He would ignore her messages or be very verbally abusive. Anyway, now she has left 3 days ago and she still wants to stay in touch, but it's hard for me. I spend my nights crying since she's left. I can't stand the fact of her being in the same room with another guy. I think the sensible option would be to kill the contact between us, but I don't have the guts to end it, and I don't really want to. I don't want to lose her as a close friend too, but the transition is pretty fucking hard. What should I do? I'd appreciate if you could give me a good advice." Well, I totally understand your sentiments and where you're coming from, because I had a lot of friends who were a victim of sectarianism, because just because two people do their namaz differently, they can't be together, which is really sad. But to each their own, I don't judge it. I would strongly suggest you cut ties with her, because what do you mean by you want to be friends with her? How can you come back down to be friends when you're so much emotionally involved with someone? You can't. It's just impossible. Also, with this, you're influencing the idea of cheating, which is not nice. It could eventually come back to you because karma. So don't do that. And what's gonna happen is, because should you choose to stay in touch, one day you're gonna send her a text and she won't hear the phone because the kid was crying or she was in the kitchen, and her husband's gonna look at the phone and he's gonna read the entire conversation, and it could eventually turn ugly. So if you really love that person, you don't want to put her into that situation where she could be emotionally and physically abused and hurt. So don't do that. I would strongly suggest, see, Allah ne hमें आंखें आगे इसलिए नहीं, so that we could look forward in life and not look back. So take lessons from your previous relationship, cherish the good memories, but close the chapter and move on. Do remember her in your prayers, because that's the best thing you can do for someone you once loved. I hope you all the best in life, and I hope you would find someone better, because I'm not saying better than her. I'm saying different, because God always have different and better plans for us. Trust me on this. So thanks for sending in your questions. If you have any questions that you want me to answer, please send in your questions in the email below. Thank you so much for watching the video, and I hope to talk to you guys soon. Khuda Hafiz.